All that work is started by someone like Thompson with the quality of his distribution.
Petrov looking for Thompson. Flick on from Larson, that's awkward. Lindsay kept a very watchful eye on that. McNamee to Lilly. Well read by Balde. Oh, was fouled, the advantage rule is applied. Lennon for Sutton. Bit of wrestling there by Rubio, and the free kick goes to Celtic.
Rubio's got to handle that a little bit better. He's got to assess whether he can get in front of the ball, and if he can't, in that case he can't give free kicks away like that. He's just got to get himself in a position where if Sutton's control lets him down, he can nip the ball away.
Once again, Sutton trying to chest pass the ball, this time to Miller. Didn't quite come off. No free kick given as Miller goes down, tackled by Lovell. Dorado intercepting that ball intended for Larson. A lot of space again for Mike Lamara at right back. Well, Celtic with the luxury of that lead now, able to pick out their passes, play patiently, try to carve out another opening, trying to make the match secure. Sutton well tackled there by McNamee. Michael Gray with the cross. No one challenging Mackenzie. Although he's now leaving two men up all the time, Lilly and Pasquinelli staying well upfield. But they have to try to find a way to get service to them, and that's proving difficult, Joe.
Yes, it is. I mean, the game is opened out a little bit, not with chances, but just with play. Livingston have come into the game slightly more, but the danger for me is if they get the balance wrong and push too many men forward too often, they're going to expose themselves, and Celtic will certainly capitalise on that. But I did mention the early part of the first half, you know, someone like Lilly and Pasquinelli, they have got to try and get a grip of the ball, try and bring in the midfield players who hopefully will support them if they are going to be a wee bit more adventurous than they have been.
Malquino tried to flight that towards Derek Lilly, didn't come off. Some activity down there on the bench. Manager David Hayes stayed up in that director's box. John Paul McGovern, the player coming on, former Celtic player. And an attacking creative one at that. McNamara running out blind alley there. Did well to get the throw. Screened well again by Sutton. Clean strike there by Liam Miller. Direction not quite right, made it easier for Mackenzie. Now it's Lennon for Celtic with Thompson. Try to keep Magnus Hedman warm, a bit of activity. Lovell down to Andrews. Livingston finding it increasingly difficult to link with the front men.
I think Celtic, you know, they've reasserted themselves in a different forum, Jock. You know, I think they have been solid. They've not had to push as many men forward. They've kept themselves in possession of the ball, but that they are being patient, and when Livingston get the ball, they found it relatively difficult to try and press upon the Celtic back four.
So the captain, Stuart Lovell, comes off. He's not long back from injury. He's withdrawn. John Paul McGovern goes on. Celtic youth player, went to Sheffield United. The lengthy spell one made a very good impression. And a man with a lot of skill, creative skill, and he'll play in that midfield area and trying to support the front two. McGovern's first involvement. Strong play there by Thompson. And clever play to find Sutton. McNamara has Larson ahead. Lennon being told by his supporters to hurry. And Lincoln knew perfectly well where everyone was. This is Varga. The idea was good, the execution not so good. He has come in well though, Varga, to this team, Joe.
He has settled down and he's played with confidence, but I was disappointed with that opening that McNamara gave him there, because if he collected the ball, if it came in with the correct weight, he was in a position to really push down on the Livingston back line and get a cross in.
Good play by McGovern. Played many times with Liam Miller, who's now in possession for Celtic. Well, Celtic will be very happy to be in front. I'm sure that Martin O'Neill would love to see a second goal and take all the pressure off and perhaps enable him to rest one or two key men. Oh, that's good movement by Miller. Early ball for Larson! Celtic at the best.
That's terrific football. You see Miller having a little look there for Larson, and Larson's trying to get in front of his mark and just try and bend that ball ever so delicately over Dorada's foot there, but had got himself slightly in front of that near post there, made it a difficult chance, but marvellous build-up play by Celtic.
Dorado though gets some credit though for sticking very tight on Larson to make it difficult.
Yeah, the Larson in areas like that is so elusive, you know, he can lose his marker just with one step.
Keno now wide for McAllister. The Celtic stranglehold remains on the game though in the second half. They've given Livingston precious little by way of attacking opportunities. Now McNamara. All the loose balls for the moment falling to men in green and white. And Livingston having put so much into the game so far. Of course, a little reward. Will no doubt be feeling the pace. Petrov with Larson, and Petrov taken out there by Keno. That'll be a yellow card.
Yes, without a doubt. Certainly very clinical there, and it's an area that Celtic could capitalise on. Someone like Larson, his hands on the ball, looks as if he's going to try and take the benefit from it.
I wonder if he gave his full name. Francesco Cabrera Guinevat. I wonder if he gave him all that. That would keep the referee working. I suspect he just wrote down number 12. So Larson and Thompson over the ball. The big defenders have stayed back out of the box. It looks like a strike and goal. Now the deflection gives a corner kick. That time it was on target all right.
Well, he's within his range. I don't know if it was going to trouble Roddy McKenzie there.
Again, the target was Varga, the near post. Couldn't quite make contact. Well, getting towards the stage where the man of the match will be identified, so take your chance to text man plus the player's name. 88122. Header by McNamee. McGovern's pass is a good one. That's better play from Livingston. Asking far too much though of O'Brien and McGovern. McNamara well ahead of that. Keno is taking a knock. He's limping back into action here for Livingston. As Celtic come forward again. Too long in the air, surely to trouble McKenzie. Well, it did, and Roddy McKenzie will not be happy about that. There was no free kick given for Larson's challenge. McKenzie, you can tell, is not happy about that.
Well, I'm going to defend Larson here. Mr. Ball's been putting an awful lot of fight. McKenzie's come for it. He has got a grip, but there is the presence of Larson there. But really, I think, on reflection, I think he'll look at it and think that he maybe should have been a wee bit stronger and we taking that ball in his hands, Joe.
Yeah, I agree with you. Despite your membership of the Strikers Union, Joe, I do think you're right there. Well, Henrik Larsson troubling the keeper. Very good in the air. Not the tallest striker in the world, obviously, but extremely powerful in the air too. So back it goes towards McNamara, forced to play it quickly. Well, I wonder what Livingston can do. David Hayes on the phone there to the bench with some instructions. Alan Preston receiving his instruction. They really have to do something, I think, Joe, to change things.
Well, he's looked at his team, and in the second half they've been asked the question about a force going forward. First half, defensively, as a unit, they've been first class. It's a different kettle of fish when you've been asked to go and push on and try and create a chance, create a goal against a very, very strong defence. And so far, in the second half, when that question's been put to Livingston, they failed to deliver. They've looked nice and strong, but going forward, they've lacked a little bit of imagination.
Well, there's an indication there's going to be a change made by Livingston. Macho, I suspect, will be coming on, perhaps. And that change in the Livingston setup, which appears now to be essential, is going to be made. That's certain. Challenged by Dorado and Larson. Keno forward. Here's O'Brien. It's good support from McNamee. Testing the pace of Gray. He did well. Here's McGovern. And the block was made by Varga. Better play though by Livingston. Keeping the case that the appearance of a substitute spurs players on. Camacho is going to come on. We'll see shortly who's being withdrawn. Good ball there from Petrov to Miller. Good change of pace also. Put up there by McNamara on Lilly. That'll be a free kick, and there's trouble inside the penalty area for Livingston. One of their players is down. I think it's Dorado who has some problem. Well, the boot was up. I wonder if this injury might change the Livingston plans, because it's Dorado who's down. It looked to be cramp actually, Joe, didn't it?
I think so. I wouldn't be surprised considering all the work that the back three, especially him, has put in. And not only that, the concentration that it takes to handle players of Sutton and Larson. So I think that is just a result of
Manu Dorado is being withdrawn, and it's Camacho who's coming on. Camacho goes straight across with instructions to take up his position on the left-hand side of midfield. And it looks as though Livingston have gone to a back four. Back four now, McNamee, Andrews, Rubio and McAllister. Protected by Kino, allowing McGovern to come to the right-hand side, O'Brien in the middle and Camacho on the left, and the front two of Lilly and Pasquinelli. Well, credit due there to David Hay for attempting a tactical alteration and a change in personnel also, but here's Larsson. Can he punish that mistake? Good goalkeeping. A push by Varga on Lilly. Last chance now to check your man of the match. Get your text message in. Man plus the player's name to 88122. Joe Jordan will be about to make his mind up. So can this new formation work for Livingston? Overhit by McNamee. His frustration was obvious after he played the pass. So the game in danger of petering out unless Livingston can lift it suddenly with this new formation.
I think Celtic would like the game to peter out. You know, I think they wouldn't like to slip up and concede a goal and throw away a couple of points, but you can never tell when the game's at 1-0. It's always on the edge, and there's always a possibility of Livingston getting back in and nicking a point. But
Keno got a vital touch there away from Petrov.
You look at both. You look at both teams, Jock, and you've got to say, even with the little bit of lift that's been given with the substitution, the change of formation, that Celtic still look the team most likely to score.
Miller turning into trouble. There, Keno and Miller in a tangle. The referee says play on. It looked like a foul by Miller and Keno. That's what the Livingston fans thought. And here's Thompson now. Livingston will be furious if this results in a goal. That's a foul, surely. McNamee on Thompson. Well, so Coolidge running high with that earlier challenge. No argument about this, though.
A slight mixture of desperation and tiredness creeping in there in that challenge.
Surprising, though, that the challenge on Keno wasn't penalised by Miller.
Well, Mr. Dallas was very close to it. It was a tackle, I wouldn't say from the back, but from the side, but he did get a clean touch on the ball.
Third attempt for Larsson. This position. Hasn't quite been Larsson's day in front of goal. He's been very lively and busy as ever, but not perhaps with the usual eye for goal. Turned away well by McNamara. Andrews had to recover quickly. Sutton was on him very fast there. Hopeful ball rather than anything else played in there, which Gray picked up for Celtic. Sutton has come to the left touchline. That's good play between Sutton and Thompson. Now Camacho. Well, there's no real evidence yet that the change in formation for Livingston's had the desired effect.
I think Celtic have controlled it and are controlling the game. I think the possession play has been good. They haven't been over the score and trying to push forward. I think they're picking their times and getting they still have it within them to get a second goal. But you know, when you've got a game with the 10 minutes to go, it's always in the balance. At 1-0, anything can happen, and Livingston have still got an opportunity.
Yeah, you're looking for Livingston now. They say, well, we're hanging on here at 1-0 down, but we're at home and we've 10 minutes left for one big supreme effort to try and get at least a point out of the game.
I think they've got to do that, Jock. You know, they've got to see that within themselves, no matter what is said to them from the touchline.
Pasquinelli, and a very good effort, right on cue. Well, as good an attempt on goal as Livingston have had.
Well, it's a lovely ball played in there. Pressure is put on, and Pasquinelli reads the situation. I think it was Capuccio really that made the helping hand there with the challenge with Baldi there. Pasquinelli there's tried to hook it, and as you say, that is encouraging. With just less than 10 minutes to go, it really should give them a bit of a spur really to put the emphasis on getting forward and try and get something out of this game.
No free kick given, Celtic in possession again. Livingston now really needing someone in the middle of the field to drive them on, you would think, to get them to believe they can save this game.
Well, normally you would look at Lovell, but well, he has been substituted, obviously because of the lack of games that he's had this season. It was a decision taken in respect to his fitness, but you're looking for someone there, either in the middle of the park or at the back, pushing his team forward.
He's in trouble. Andrews helps him out. Miscue there by McKenzie. Pasquinelli's first time ball was a good one, and McGovern a bit unlucky there as that was cut off by Thompson, attempting a first time return pass. McAllister to Lilly. Good interception made by Petrov. Lots of energy there still in midfield for Celtic. Here's Sutton. And Donovan trying coming across was Phil Andrews, and he did just enough to prevent progress from Sutton at the expense of a corner. Now Celtic would welcome a second goal to end the contest. Feeling which there's still going to be tension right to the end here. Varga on the near post at the 6-yard box. The marker is Lilly. Variation. Back it comes to Lennon. That's a good ball in. And there's no answer to that. A superb volley by Alan Thompson. A weak-headed clearance. And Harrow was punished.
As you say, it was a variation to the corner kick. It's a half-decent header, but as that ball was played out there, I think it was Rubio really has headed it out. Alan Thompson has read the sense, he's read where the ball's going to drop, and he's got in between two Livingston players. And as soon as that has come out, there is a belief in that strike. Well, there's a venom in it. He's going to put it in the net and finish the game off.
Goal number 6, so a very productive season for Alan Thompson. I do suspect, though, that Oscar Rubio may look at that later and consider that his header might have been a bit more decisive.
A wee bit. I think he did well to get up and clear, but he really would want a wee bit of distance on it, you know. But in saying that, there were two Livingston players at the edge of the box.
Celtic looking for more now. Appeal to the referee in vain for a decision their way, Celtic. Well, that's two top quality finishes for Celtic, and it really makes such a difference when you have players who can produce that when the game is as tight as this one was for so long. Well, the Livingston fans reckon it's all over. They're heading for the exits. And it's hard to see a way back. Clock running down, 2-goal deficit. The Celtic fans are happy. Minds perhaps now turning to Lyon in midweek. For David Hay, disappointment that so much good work has come to nothing for Livingston. saw a bit of a battle there between Pasquinelli and Varga, and the referee Hugh Dallas wants a word with Varga.
Varga initially was trying to obstruct the player there for that still a free kick, and he was rightly penalised there, but it was so obvious what he was trying to do.
Brian President, it's easy there for Lennon. McAllister forced to hurry there by Sutton. Largely pride now at stake for Livingston. They won't want to lose another one. And a free kick will have to be taken in the right place. There's nowhere near it there.
Yeah, if they had to lose another goal, I think that would be a bit hard on Jock. You know, they have competed well, especially in the first half. I thought that the Celtic have dominated the game in the second half without really creating too many chances, but they've done it in a manner which has been very professional. I don't think they've had to use too much steam. I think they've done it in a way where they've saved the legs a little bit, and as you said, they've finished it in the way all good teams do, quality finishing.
And the goal kick's given. Last determined there to keep the ball in play. Livingston, to their credit, getting the ball forward quickly. Still want to get at the Celtic defence. Here's Lilly. Free kick given there. A challenge with a tough one in Pasquinelli by Baldi. And Baldi's in trouble, I think, for this. Referee Dallas is calling him over.
Well, he has caught him. I don't think it's as bad as Capuccio is making out, but I think when you get to this stage of the game, it's not just that one particular challenge by Baldi. I think it's infringements of the law over a basis of just persistently giving away free kicks.
Saying something to the referee. He's in trouble for that. A yellow card. Bit of speech play there by Jackie McNamara results in the yellow card. Kuno flights it in. A bit of a dispute inside the area there going on. Lennon and Pasquinelli exchanging some pleasantries off the ball. Referee Dallas unaware of that.
It just shows his English is improving, Joe.
Challenge there by Pasquinelli, and he's the man being attacked there by Celtic players. Lennon going strongly, and he wants to go to a one now with Pasquinelli, and that's what's happening. Lennon is going to cross to Pasquinelli. Hedman's arrived to intervene very sensibly.
Well, this, I think, is after the initial challenge, and Pasquinelli has gone down here. This time, I've got to say, the Baldi takes the ball very, very cleanly.
Well, no problem with the tackle at all. I can't understand why Lennon wants to go and debate things with Pasquinelli after the challenge.
No, you're right. I mean, the game has been played in a very competitive manner. Good edge to it. Nothing over the score, and to get to this late stage for this to creep in, the game doesn't merit it, doesn't deserve it. It's been a good football game.
Well, certainly tension's running high here at the very late stages as McNamara goes down clutching that arm. So McNamara's having to go off. Well, it's been a very tough competitive match. It's a great pity if it ends in a sour note, but when the good play was on the way. Joel, man of the match?
My man of the match will go to the guy that scored the first goal. Chris Sutton, I thought, not only in the goal, but he's leading up play, he's linking up, his partnership with Larson, who I thought he's played on 1 or 2 chances, but just his general play, I think he's been excellent. He's very rarely given the ball away, and he showed what goal scoring was all about with the way he took that ball in and finished the first goal.
Well, there's going to be a change made by Celtic even at this stage in the 92nd minute. And they're going to take off. Who are they going to take off? There's 4 they're taking off. And McNamara, yeah, well, he's off already. So Johan Mjelby goes on to replace him. Well, they'll be very lucky to get a touch of the ball, I suspect. No change in the shape of the team. Mjelby's on, continuing his return from injury, getting some sharpness, but they won't get much this afternoon. The added time really is pretty well over, or there will be some extra time added on after that stoppage. Handball against Andrews. Well, again, ending on a frustrating note for Livingston, no question about that. Larson shows himself, and the interception is made by Rubio. That's O'Brien. Now McGovern, heavy first touch. Handball by Sutton. Yes, free kick it is to Livingston. The referee's clearly decided at least another minute was required after that additional stoppage. Checking his watch, the referee. This may be the last attack of the match. Andrews goes up, beaten by Balde. 2 strong men together. And Kino lashes the ball wide. And that may well bring the activity to an end. Indeed it does. Referee Hugh Dallas has had enough, and Celtic have the points despite spirited resistance from Livingston. Martin O'Neill, in customary fashion, acknowledges the travelling Celtic support and the full-time scoreline. Is it hard on Livingston, Joe?
No, not really. I think at the end of the 90 minutes, I think that Celtic, as an attacking force, but more into the game, wanted to win the game more in that particular way. Obviously Livingston wanted to win it, but they tried to do it in a defensive manner. When the question was asked of them to come forward in the second half and try and break down Celtic, they couldn't deliver the goods, and I thought Celtic were the better team, but it was a hard-fought victory, 3 hard-earned points, but at the end of the 90 minutes, I think Celtic thoroughly deserved their 3 points and the 2 quality goals that they scored.
Well, the man of the match was Chris Sutton.
Chris, a very difficult venue to get 3 points, but that's exactly what you've done today.
Yeah, no, I mean, we know it's going to be hard. Rangers dropped points here earlier in the season. First half was difficult, but, you know, second half, I think we were, once we got the lead, we were, you know, okay.
A difficult first half, as you say. The more the first half went on, Livingston were able to put some kind of authority into the game and make it difficult for you.
Yeah, but I still think we looked quite tight at the back, like we weren't going to concede. But, you know, at 0-0, you never know. But second half, as I say, I think we created more chances, more openings, and maybe could have had more.
And of course, the 2 goals in the second half, the first one from yourself, the second one from Alan Thompson, you know, just they come at the right time.
No, that's right. I mean, it's important to get a goal as quickly as possible after half-time, and we're fortunate to do that. And, you know, Alan's got a tremendous left foot, as he showed once again.
3 games in 7 days. Now you've got to look ahead to Wednesday night in Lyon. Now your thoughts turn towards that. How important was it to get a result and a performance today?
Well, the main thing was we weren't thinking about Lyon, just to get a result today to keep the gap at the top of the table, and you know, we're pleased we've done that.
And again, obviously that's what you'll be thinking about Champions League, but again, you've been awarded the man of the match from the Bank of Scotland. Well done today, Chris.
Very much. Thank you.
Chris Sutton gets in there. Henrik Larsson. It had to be him. This Partick last week. Presley and Webster, a solid central defensive partnership. They don't get much away here. Dennis Wyness, century with with Bobo Balder playing for Guinea in the African Cup of Nations today. John Kennedy continues in defence, where Jackie McNamara and Stanislav Varga have had superb seasons. Likewise, Chris Sutton is only 2 goals behind Henrik Larsson. Celtic, no heart, will be up and at 'em, but they can mix it a bit too.
Well, Martin Healy's had to make a few changes in the side, but
Stephen Presley will lead out Hearts, and he's got the captain's look about him. Tynecastle is at its most hostile. They don't like teams in green and white here much.
He's joined by 5-year-old Jamie Cochran. Hope you have a great game with us here. And also to Teresa Donnelly. Teresa, he's visiting us at Tynecastle.
Well, it's unlike Hibs to encourage Hearts, but that's what they've done by beating both Old Firm sides in the League Cup this season. It can be done, but can Hearts do it? Celtic's only domestic defeat came in this city, across in Leith in the League Cup. Hearts hoping to follow their Edinburgh rivals by doing the same in the Scottish Cup. Celtic have only won the Scottish Cup once in the last 7 years. They feel it's high time they got to grips with this particular piece of silverware again. I think they're rather anxious just to get out there now, David.
they've been waiting a while. There's Willie. There he is. Crack on.
Willie Young, the man in charge. Here they come. And the compactness of Tynecastle merely adds to the atmosphere here, which is considerable. Celtic fans might be thinking, oh no, not him again. Dennis Wyness scored the winner for Inverness County Thistle against the Hoots last season. He has them in his Scottish Cup sight again. Henrik Larsson and many others are hoping that his last game for Celtic will be 105 days from now at Hampden Park in the 2004 Scottish Cup final. Young, given the difficult task of refereeing these two teams today. He was in charge of the 1998 Scottish Cup final when he gave Hearts a penalty in the first minute against Rangers. Wouldn't mind more of the same. Hearts, the last team outside of Glasgow to win a domestic trophy. That will change this season though in the League Cup final at Hibs and Livingston. Two managers promising to shake hands. But before kick-off, there will be a minute's silence for a Scottish football legend, the former national manager, Ali MacLeod. Respected. Here they go again. Hearts against Celtic. For the second time in 3 weeks. It promises to be a cracker. Placed in the quarterfinals of this illustrious competition. Awaits the winners.
Everything in place, the guys are placed in the next round of the Tennis Scottish Cup. They're right behind your favourites this afternoon, everyone. Let's have a team to get by.
The tension is rising. The game is starting. Hearts and Celtic renew hostilities. Just 20 days after that fiery league encounter here. There may be no points to win this time, but there are points to prove all right. Scores to settle. Craig Levein would love to do what Bobby Williamson has done across the city. Take Hearts to a cup final. Lennon's free kick, met by the unmistakable head of Stephen Presley. There's Alan Thompson returning after 4 games out with a calf injury. And his return means that Chris Sutton switches back up front to partner Henrik Larsson with John Hartson injured.
Yeah, I don't think Celtic are weakened in any way by John Hartson's injury. No disrespect to the Wales striker who's done ever so well, but Sutton and Larsson a very formidable partnership, and it does allow Mark and Neil to bring young Pearson one in, which I think is a position that is much more comfortable in.
Larsson looking to set it up here for Stilian Petrov, and it was always rising off the boot of the Bulgarian.
It's not half a yard, it's a half chance here. It's Paul Hartley who doesn't get close enough. Got to take it quite high, has to take it early, but it's a half chance. His running is going to be a problem for Hearts today. He is playing right-hand side of a 4 these days, but still more than willing to get himself into the box.
It was Petrov who scored the winner in that league encounter recently, and he was booked for his celebrations as well. Again, best behaviour this time around. Sutton laying it off. Kisnorbo. Now Dennis Winus, who ran into Varga. The sun is shining in the Scottish capital today, but it is bitterly cold. Winus. De Vries, who's not 100%. Laid low by a horrible stomach bug at the start of the week, so too Phil Stamp. Stamp just about over it now. De Vries struggling, but he will battle on gamely.
Yeah, I mean, I think even if Craig gets an hour from the big fella, he'd be quite happy. A real physical presence about him. Gave Bobo Balda a very difficult game just a few weeks ago. He has exceptional feet for such a big lad.
Thompson. Larsson. Stephen Pearson settling in at Celtic after his move from Motherwell. Big Celtic fan, it really was a dream move for him and his family. Sutton flicking it on. Henrik Larsson sniffing out an opportunity. Oh, he's put Petrov in! Stilian Petrov scores at Tynecastle again, and Celtic have an early lead in the Scottish Cup.
We talked about him, we talked about his forward running, and he times it to perfection. It's the old Sutton-Larsson partnership. Larsson gets half a yard on Presley, needs a runner. Petrov provides it, he's still got it all to do. It's not an easy angle. What a good ball by Larsson, and it's a terrific finish. And Hearts have been punished really for being caught on their heels and being unaware of the running of Stilian Petrov. This time it's Kisnorbo who's caught with his on his heels. What a good finish.
5 goals in the last 7 matches for Petrov. Scored in that league game here. And he inflicts more misery on Hearts. And you don't want to lose an early goal to the old firm, let alone 2, as Henrik Larsson goes on the prowl again. Thompson has been caught by Phil Stamp. Perfect start for Celtic. Larsson the provider this time for Stilian Petrov. Pearson. De Vries fending off Lennon. Slow. And Kisnorbo. Fine has been caught in possession and Hearts need to wake up. Thompson. Should be fairly comfortable for red court. Hearts fans making themselves heard despite that early goal for Celtic, and a foul by Varga gives their team a chance.
Yeah, the game was going to be difficult enough for them without giving Celtic a goal at the start. Such a well-worked goal, but you know, again, it's one that Craig Levein will be unhappy with. He'll have spoken to his players about Petrov's running and how they have to be aware of it, but really caught on their heels, I'm afraid.
Farland. Stephen Presley. This is slow. And towards Linus. It's come off Kisnorbo. Came from south of Melbourne last year. His mother's Italian, his dad was from Mauritius. Grew up in Australia. Hearts hoping to settle, but this could be awkward for Stephen Presley. Free kick's going to be given against Thompson, though.
You can see that Thompson wasn't prepared to give it up, though. Right on Stephen Presley's shoulder. And willing to put him under pressure.
Celtic did lose here towards the end of last season. A costly defeat in the race for the title, of course. But they have won on 7 of their last 8 visits to Tynecastle. Stilian Petrov has got them off to a flyer. Celtic hoping to win the Scottish Cup for only the 2nd time in 8 seasons. Thompson whipping it in. Andy Webster's header comes to Sutton. Lots of Hearts bodies around, and Phil Stamp was able to hoist it away. A mistake from Pearson gives Winus a glimmer of hope. Neil Lennon almost lunging in on Mabry then, much to the annoyance of the Hearts fans. Just committed though. Webster's free kick up towards De Vries. Hartley. McFarlane. Better from Hearts. Here's Phil Stamp. Mabry. In from McFarlane. Varga's header sets it up here for Sloan, maybe. Didn't seem to fancy it on the volley.
I think he should have hit it, and he was always going to be closed down otherwise.
Mabry aiming it towards De Vries, who shrugs off a gap. He turns, and the gap recovers to make an important challenge. Sloan. De Vries. Handball shot from the fans, not from the players. Alan Mabry. McFarlane now for Dennis Winus. Oh! Had to be cleared by Kennedy.
There's an awkward one, came through Jackie McNamara's legs into a very dangerous area. He's trying to find the angle from which to deliver here. This comes through Jackie McNamara's legs. John Kennedy did the right thing.
Hearts having a go now, though. Phil Stamp. Stamp to Winus, offside. Very late flag against Mark De Vries.
Well, had a long think about it. Didier Agat was the deepest of Celtic's back four here. Get a better look at it here. As the ball's played through, and it's the central defender as John Kennedy gets up. Well, does he get up in time? Very tight. The Hearts have responded well.
Levine and Peter Houston, the man in charge of Hearts. Only 2 places below the leader Celtic in the league, but there is the little matter of 28 points between them. Mabry. McNamara's header comes back to Mabry, and they're exchanging headers at the moment, those two. Sutton. Thompson. Jockey McNamara. Crowded out. Here's Hartley. Oh, and a mistake from Mabry has let Henrik Larsson in. Presley couldn't get to it. Larsson sets it up. And what a save from Gordon to deny Chris Sutton.
That's a terrific save, but you know, it's a self-inflicted damage here by Hearts. Already one down, really can't afford to put themselves under that kind of pressure. To be fair to Andy Webster, he tried to stay up as long as he could to make sure Henrik Larsson wasn't going to get a shot away here. Webster stays up, eventually Larsson is looking for support here. Good layoff, decent strike by Sutton, and a fine save.
Vital save from Craig Gordon, but he's still going to be bombarded here by Chris Sutton again. And that's Thompson's corner.
Well, he's unmarked to me, and that's the problem here, and this is what will annoy Craig Levine. Good ball whipped in by Thompson, but Chris Sutton's under no pressure. What a well-worked goal it was. See Henrik Larsson here anticipating the glance on by Sutton. Comes off Stephen Presley. At this stage he's going nowhere, Larsson. He needs a runner. Petrov provides it, blindside of Kisnorborn. What a terrific finish. But the real understanding there of the 2 front players and the supporting run. As we said earlier, it's like a well-oiled machine. Everyone knows exactly the role they have to play in the Celtic side.
McNamara. Sutton closing in on Mabry and forcing him to hurry it, but De Vries still managed to smuggle it in the direction of Sloan. Craig Gordon has become Hearts' first choice keeper. Replaced Tippy Moylanen back in October when Moylanen conceded 5 in a game at Celtic.
Difficult ones to call when the centre forward doesn't jump here. De Vries is never getting off the ground. Vargas leading with his elbow, both at it really. We'll see them at both ends of the pitch this afternoon.
Vargas, free kick. Sutton flicking it on. Is Norbo able to calm it down? Varga made that his. He's made quite a bit his this season. Thompson. Sutton as willing as ever, and he's beaten Gordon to it and got a whack as well.
Well, Stephen Presley's looking for Craig Gordon to come much earlier than he did here. It's a well-weighted ball by Thompson into a difficult area, but Stephen Presley's looking for Craig Gordon to come early here and take the pressure off him. He doesn't do that. Eventually there's contact here. It's been a very soft one, but Craig Gordon's got to come earlier there.
Not much sympathy for Chris Sutton from anyone, the officials or the Hearts fans.
Look, he's definitely caught. Clean enough. Takes the ball first, takes a punch in the head.
Has got in behind Kisnorbo. Stilian Petrov never far away. So only passing here from Celtic, they're really in the mood. to keep the pressure on. Neil Lennon. Thompson is going to bring Didier Agat into it. Thompson now for McNamara. Pearson looking to return it. Does just that. McNamara's cross is dangerous, but Andy Webster puts it away. McNamara tries again. Webster clears again. And De Vries will have a go at this. Sean Kennedy has the situation under control. Across the back four it goes, ending up with Maybury. Hartley. Stamp. In towards De Vries. Wyness. Now Sloan. Sloan has lost it. Henrik Larsson leaves it for Stephen Pearson. Now McNamara. Varga sending it long to Petrov. Sloan losing out. Neither here nor there from Sutton.
I think you can see that early goal really has settled Celtic. Found a range of passing. As if they're well in control at the moment. Danger for Kruger as if they lose another one. It's a long, long way back. An equal share of the ball, but Celtic have that vital strike.
Sutton in far too much space for Hart's liking. Thompson for Pearson. And then Sutton for the throw-off stamp. Stephen Pearson got to the semi-finals of the Scottish Cup last year, was man of the match actually in Hampden for Motherwell against Rangers. He'll be hoping to go one step further with Celtic. Was involved in a few cup upsets in his time at Bolton Wanderers a few years ago now. And now a corner. Stilian Petrov gets the applause from the Celtic fans who naturally have packed out that end of Tynecastle. Petrov going very long. And Hartley. And Neil Lennon wins it back. Sutton now. Larsson was looking across and watching. Ooh, Sutton nearly had a chance. Petrov still might. Taking the long way around. Petrov. Larsson feeding Agat. Andy Webster makes sure that it goes behind.
Example of the energy and of Didier Agat. Andy Webster quite happy to usher that one out. But Agat will work the full length of the pitch. Always goes side when Celtic lose it, but more than willing to get himself to the opposition byline at the same time. think in front of a guy, Petrov has shown a real willingness to go and link up with the front pair today.
Larson, Petrov, Lennon. Celtic spraying the passes around. Varga. What a perfect pass that is, too. Perfect player. Larson. Sutton involved. Celtic toying with hearts a bit. Petrov, Sutton, Lennon, and it's a corner.
I think Neil Lennon feels he was caught there by Andy Webster, really young down across the one. Again, it's Petrov at the heart of it, though. Neil Lennon going beyond this time, appeared to be caught late by Andy Webster. More often than not, these corners from Thompson are front post. Hearts are going to have to squeeze this area.
Kennedy has gone to the near post, Varga waiting, and Henrik Larsson's always good in the air, of course. Thompson's corner flipped on by Kennedy, and Sutton unable to close it.
Well, they're so difficult to defend. Hearts are really going to make sure they win the first ball here. The minute that Kennedy gets the glance on, all bets are off here because it's into a terrific area.
Kennedy getting a run in the side because Bobo Bada has been at the African Cup of Nations and still is. He's playing today, actually, for Guinea. They meet Mali, so he's up against Freddie Kanute. Quarter-final, that is. Hearts and Celtic hoping to make the quarter-finals of the Scottish Cup today. Across for Lennon. Mr. Popular, as usual. Like he's bothered. Thompson for Larson. Stephen Presley sorting him out. This time, anyway. Hartley, though, lost out to Pearson, and Petrov once again was making the run and thought he was shut off by Webster.
It's great witness by Larson to see the run in the first place. Lovely reverse into the space for Petrov, who again was prepared to go beyond his front players. Certainly blocked by Andy Webster. I think he made the most of it.
Stamp. Over the head of De Vries. Martin O'Neill without a trophy last season, yet it was one of the most memorable campaigns in Celtic's history. Of course, they reached the final of the UEFA Cup. Paul Hartley, who has the distinction of having played for both Hearts and Hibs. He was actually in the St Johnstone side that knocked out of the cup by Celtic last season. Here he is up against them again. And here he is again. And the challenge from Petrov seemed a bit high.
Willie Young was only a few yards away. Certainly looked tight from filling on Petrov. Paul Hartley's back on his feet. Could have been better placed. 3 kicks the least that Paul Hartley should have been getting there.
Maybury. Misjudged by Varga. And McFarlane.